Yes, Deepti.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
now.
visible, right? Yesterday we were not able to log in. So can anyone just tell me what are the changes you notice? Um, what I showed you yesterday versus today. Do you observe any changes in the tenant?
Yes, the logo is the same. Home configuration button saved is there. Gear icon is there. Right side the
Okay.
profile is there. Inbox and notifications.
Okay.
Um,
So you don't feel any change. It's
Probably announcements, I think. I don't know.
announcement. Yeah, we have a blue bar on top of it, which is saying as a notification because we have been yesterday only. Like a new release has happened. It's showcasing the new features which has come up with. So if you notice, yesterday I was showing you the search bar over on the top of the screen.
oh
So
yes.
today, if you see, it is repositioned in the center of the screen. Yes. So it's like
Okay.
a Google search, like which we find similar to that, you can say. So they have repositioned the search bar actually from the top of the screen to the center of the screen. Okay, and then there are some AI functionalities which have been integrated with this particular thing. I haven't explored yet. I couldn't get the time. So maybe in the next session, I can give you the updates about the R1. And coming to the yesterday's question of Neerja, like who cascade the R1 release update. So R1 release, when the release happens, okay, it is announced globally over the Workday community. So everyone refers to that. Post which, if it is a module specific, for example, I'm a person who is more into compensation and there is a update or upgrade or which is going to impact my module. So my team manager would be cascading me that particular information via mail. And generally also on generic basis also, you would be getting a lot of emails from Workday and from internal teams too, which would be which would be giving you the notifications and announcements about the system updates which it has gone through. Okay, got it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so release notes would be updated by Workday community as well as the internal managers who would be cascading the information among us via emails. So a lot of emails would be coming in now with the new notifications and new announcement. So we need to keep a track of it, if at all, if it is hampering our business. Okay, we need to keep a track of like what module. For example, I am working with a benefit module and benefit module, there have been a lot of changes with this R1 version release. So I need to be cautious when I'm working on, and I need to implement those changes, and I need to keep those things in mind and go ahead. Okay, that is the case.
Okay.
Okay, so that is how it is done. And coming to the implementation, I checked with my seniors. So how it happens is like I joined in the middle of once the implementation and all was over. So I was never part of it. Okay. So I just researched after you have asked me. And what I got to know is like once the implementation is done in the system, okay. So we are kept in a hypercare, okay, like post after service kind of after sales
Yeah.
service kind of a role. Okay. So wherein they give you support for around like 2 to 3 months. Okay.
Yeah.
Post which they will give you the handover, like we as Workday consultants would be taking over that handover or our client facing client consultants who would have been a part of this business gathering or during from the time the implementation has started. From that time, the people would have been part of this particular project. So they would also be associated with this. Okay. So once we face any complex issues, what we do is we either get a AMS signed with our implementation companies, partners who are none but Accenture, Wipro, TCS, Deloitte. Okay. So these are the major companies who are partners of uh, Workday. Okay. We being customer of Workday, like we have bought their Workday product. So we have owned the platform now. Okay. We want to move from our old system to new system now. So when we face any complex issues with the configurations or anything, we can definitely reach out to Accenture or Deloitte, whoever has signed a AMS with us. If not, then what will our company do? They will get some consultant from the Accenture or Deloitte only and deploy at our place till the time that issue get fixed. Okay, but most of the things would be handled by us only, like you said yesterday. Okay, so I was just
That's
trying to
what I decided.
resonate. Okay, because
Mm,
even like I have never been a part of all of this, so I was not aware.
okay.
I just researched after you asked me. So this is the narrative behind all the things. Okay, so what you said
Oh,
is same here in Workday too. Okay,
okay.
so once they hand over the product to us, when we have any product issues, obviously we will reach out to Workday team for the support. Okay, and when we have a configurations, organization level issues, we will reach out to the implementation partners. Okay, so you either sign a contract with them, or either if you don't sign the contract with them, then you can again deploy them for a short period of time. But on and off, you would still be in touch with them. It's not like they do not respond to your queries once they are implemented the system. It's nothing like that. They still be in touch with you to keep you warm. Okay, because it's just been a year, 3 to 6 months only the platform product has been installed in your company. Okay,
Okay.
got it?
No,
That answers your
yeah.
question?
Yeah. That answers that. Thank you,
Okay.
Sorry, Deepti, sorry.
No. I just had that thing running in my mind yesterday, so I have just connected with multiple people. So even I joined once the implementation was over, and I was not aware of all these things behind the scenes. So I just researched from my company and got the information. So this is what I
Um,
got to know from them. And then
Thank
I
you so
thought
much.
I should bring it first, and then we should move on to the next session. So we will do a quick brief about the things which we done yesterday, because most of the things we have already discussed yesterday. Okay, so this is how a tenant will be looking like over here. I join Accenture, I find the Accenture logo. You see a blue banner over here. So what do you assume it to be? So blue banner over any application is like a notification. Okay, since yesterday only the update has been happened to this application, they are triggering a notification with the updates, like saying there are some activities or upgrades happened on this particular tenant. So they'll keep it for a week or so, and then they will remove the banner. Okay. Usually it is the case with all the applications. If you would have observed like a Citrix or Salesforce CRM. Okay. So any application that underwent update would have a banner or a placeholder on top of it. Okay, so yesterday I showed you the old tenant, okay, where the global search bar was on the top of the screen. Today, after the release, they have recentered it to the center of the screen here. Same like a Google bar, you can say Google search bar. Over even the position of the Google search bar is also the center of the screen, right? So this is how you will get to see your Google search bar also, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yes, Deepti.
Yeah. So now coming to here, these are the my tasks. Awaiting your actions are nothing but the tasks we need, which you need to action upon. Okay. So over here, you can customize these items on the screen. For example, you view your like you are a person. I'm a person who like more often I keep on checking the pay slips. Okay. Like I keep getting the task related to that, so I can keep it handy on my screen so that if I click on that, it will directly open. Then again, my emergency context. So all these can be customized as per your need. Okay. So now when you click on my task, it will open an inbox kind of a thing wherein your tasks would be assigned, which you need to complete. Okay. So managers would be assigning based on the bucket you are being assigned to. So if you observe the service now also, getting the you will be fetching the tickets based on your roles and responsibilities. Okay, right? You will not pick up the tickets from entire globally, right? You will be picking the tickets only which are routed to your department and which are for you. You cannot pick any particular ticket. And we also, when we log the ticket also, we will log it to the specific department. We cannot just log it globally to anyone and then we map them like or tag them, you can say, to get the resolution. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot fetch anyone others there. Like you can pull only your department tickets in your against your name, right? So that is nothing but a queue management system. Okay, over here also it's like a queue management system, but for your only it's your for only workday related queries. Okay, so
Is
when
there
you
any
join
SLA
the
to work on this task,
sorry,
Deepti? Is there
yeah.
any SLA to work on this tasks? And how long
Yeah,
will it
you will
take
have,
to
see,
have?
it depends on scenario to scenario. Again, from minor to major, and depends on the complexity of the issue too. Okay. So for a small task where you need only to change the supervisory name or a code, why do you even need a SLA? It can be done in seconds. So you can clear, like, though you will have a like a minimum SLA of would be around for any task would be around like 2 to 4 hours. We never know. Like ticket can come in the end of the shift too, right? So generally it is those kind of tickets will not have any SLA. Like you can submit it as soon as you log in. Okay. But the tickets which are on a complex side would have obviously have a approval because you will be doing a lot of business process. Okay. And which would be needing approval from multiple people. And you don't know, and I cannot expect all the people to be in the same shift or present globally. Like they can be people who are present globally and they need to give the approval. One is in a US shift, one is in a India shift. So that would hold my task, right? So being because I'm in a different time zone with them, so that can hold up the task. Otherwise, like generally, general SALA is like anything above 4 hours to 6 hours. Okay. Yeah, so over here also we have like general shifts only most of the time. Saturday the tenant doesn't work itself, and Sunday you may or you may not have based on the customer you are working for. For example, HSBC or Amazon you're working for. Okay, we will be mostly working with the companies like we will be working with the Workday partner companies only. We need to apply for those companies only. Okay, because we are not the end users, right? We are giving the service to the end users, right? Yeah, so we need to be the part of like Deloitte, Accenture, Infosys, TCS, all these Capgemini, all these companies should be our target companies because we will have our rules over there. Our job is to do the configurations, right? We are not the end users. Got it?
Uh,
Okay. Any questions so far?
But Deepti, there are companies like, it's not just Deloitte or something, but, we do have a companies that we just work with them, like, directly. For instance, I
Uh,
work for the pets at home. We don't have any partner or implementation partner. I just sit there as a in-house consultant. Now I'm an in-house specialist for them, where I just maintain this everything related to success factors, like releasing notes. It doesn't matter one
okay.
module.
Okay.
So that kind of,
Okay. Okay.
so
So,
even when I'm targeting, like for the other roles in the work, they would be
uh-huh.
targeting this kind of roles rather
Yeah,
than
yeah,
going
you can.
specifically.
Look, I'm
uh,
like majorly your
mhm.
like roles would be available in those companies, but you should keep yourself open to all kind of roles. So you not limit yourself to one particular company only. Like you cannot wait for Accenture only or Deloitte only to come back and revert you. What if it doesn't go through? You have to keep
Yeah.
on researching. You have to have multiple options open. Okay. So like I'm not saying like you cannot apply to Amazon or HSBC because they are the customers of Workday. We may have a role like hidden some role. We never know until we align with them or we get to know from them. Like based on the openings what we have. But I'm talking in general terms
Okay.
where our role will be fitting in. Okay.
Mhm. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So over here, if we go and we click on the profile, so like I said yesterday, it will have our profile picture and we will have our name here. And then under view profile, when you click here, it will show your, okay. So yesterday I showed you like you have a location here, what who are the managers you are mapped to, your employee ID, your department, your position, your business title. Okay, all the information, your job family, type of employee, regular or not. So all this information you'll find under your profile. So when you click on action, you will have a menu card with which you will have multiple information associated. Like if you go to worker history, view worker history, you will have like what are the business processes, okay, given applied on that particular thing. Okay, some are, so you can look at the status in progress means it's still in the it's still in the stage of getting completed. Successfully completed means it's already over. So over here, if you click, it will bifurcate the data and then it you can see based on the okay. So got it. Now we discussed about the workbench. Can anyone tell what is workbench? Yesterday we discussed. Any of you can any of you recollect or should I?
No, Deepta, I don't remember.
Okay, no problem.
Sorry.
So, no problem, no sorry. It's just a day. How can so over here, when you click on a gear icon, you can customize this particular app on based on the applications you want to see on a day-to-day basis. For example, you do more of a integration task in your day-to-day okay task. So what you can do, you can add over here, you can add the multiple items which you can view over the time. Like for example, I can add here integrations. So I will add over here. Okay. I'll delete something. Can you notice the alert? We discussed about it yesterday. The worklet may not display properly in mobile applications. Okay. So I'll delete one of it. Okay. So alerts can be the alerts which are in yellow or orange can be ignored. It's just giving me a warning message. So it will not hamper my to-do task which I'm doing. I can still proceed with it. And when I submit it, it will get finished. So when I click OK here, so it would add over here. I added integrations. Okay. So similarly, you can add what all you see on a day-to-day basis. Got it?
Sure.
Okay. So now next is a
Deepti, quick question.
yeah. Tell me.
Like, whatever you build in this workbench or something, is it just for, for my own purpose, or like, if we want to have it globally, like, for whole company, if I build this one in my profile with it, would it be visible to everybody?
So you mean to see the tabs?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
These
this
tabs.
is, yeah.
So these are over on your profile which you are customizing on.
Okay.
So it again is based on what kind of activities it contains and what kind of security access those activities have. So if you notice over here, you have actions and view.
Mhm.
So based on the security access, you will be able to see whether others can see you or not. But whatever you're doing is right now is for only you.
Okay. Mm. So if you want to do for the global, for I mean for global in the sense for the company wise, it would be different page, right? It's not the similar one. Then.
No, it's not the similar one.
Okay, that's thank you.
Okay, now favorites you all know, like you can add all the favorites which you can add from here. Okay, you can pick any task. They wiped the data, I believe, yesterday. Till yesterday, it was there. Okay, maybe I need to click here. Oh, okay. So I can add whatever I want to add. I will click on here and then it will get added to the screen. business object. Okay, so I added my business processes to it. Okay, so it will show over here like what all. So based on the kind of activity you select, it will get added over here. Okay, so that is the purpose of having manage favorites. Okay, now coming to the drive, similar to the Google Drive, which we discussed yesterday. So you can have all the documentation or all the what happened? Still not loading. Okay. Okay. So over here, if you see, you want to create a folder, click over here, ask to create a folder. For example, I want to create a folder for appraisal. When I click on create, it will directly create a folder over here. Got it? So access is only me. Okay, I am the manager. So it's only for me. So I can give like similar to your Google Drive, like who you can give the access to, what kind of access you can give it to them. That's nothing but the security only. Okay. Got it, guys? Any questions so far?
No,
Then
Deepti.
again, my reports. My reports are something which you will be customizing it. Okay. So once you are creating the different kind of reports in the system and you want to see it on a day-to-day basis or a quarterly or bi-annually basis. Okay. So what you can do, you can add those reports under this particular tab and keep it. Okay. More reports. Report tags are nothing but labels. So over here you have around like it's taking a lot of time to load. Okay, it's taking a lot of time to load. No worries. Okay. It's just for our learning purpose only. Okay. So what kind of reports you create here? Okay. You will create over here and keep it handy. Okay. Process monitor. It will ask you all the types. Process type, integration, job or report. So it will select report. We don't usually use this option. I'm just exploring it. If anything useful. So we can ignore this, okay? No problem. Okay, so that's the purpose of having my reports over here. Now coming back, what else is left here? Yeah, if I click on help, it will route me to a article or a PDF file, like usual. So, so I'll just click OK. It's not opening anything. So it is like our company's internal help documentation. Maybe because it's a training tenant, that's why it's not opening here. But otherwise also there is nothing much in this particular tab. Okay. Guys, we can try on Saturdays at around like 8 o'clock. Maybe the tenant might be up. So we'll try next week at around like 8 o'clock. Okay. Post 6 o'clock in the evening. If yes, then we can have the class during that particular time only from around like 8 to 10. Are you guys fine with that?
Deepti, is
Yes,
it
yes.
8 a.m. or
No, no,
8
it
p.m.?
will be 8 p.m. Because 8 a.m. tenant will not be working. It will be under the maintenance.
Okay,
So,
because 8 a.m. is impossible time for me to work out. I stay in UK and that's going to be midday, midnight for me here. So
okay, okay. No, no, no. It's not 8 a.m. at all. It's 8 p.m. That is also, I'm gonna try. I'm not sure whether it works or not. Like I, like it's been a quite long term. I haven't seen and logged it on Saturday and tried to. So I was just thinking if it is working, we will be able to cover the labs as well on Saturday and Sunday, both the days. So that was the main motive to have at that particular time. But still, anyways, let me check this weekend. Okay, then I'll update you guys. Okay,
Sure.
okay. So now, so all of the things so over here are our saved items. Okay, yesterday we discussed like whatever task we do on a day-to-day basis, we can keep it handy so that when you click on it, it will go to that task directly. Got it? Any questions? You guys want to have 5 minutes of break and get back?
I'm all right.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
all
also.
good. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. We'll take a break at around like 3:30 then. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So next, so far, any questions? Like we covered the navigation part. Okay. I'm gonna start with the organizations now. I will brief you about the types of organizations which we have. Okay. And then we will start with the basic navigation of creating the organizations. Just recall if you want to know anything. Otherwise, we will.
One quick question, Deepti.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
for the implementation, when they are doing implementation, do you have any specific format that you follow? For instance, we do have a implementation workbooks where they collect the data from the client, what kind of fields, for instance, in the cost center object, what
Uh-huh.
kind of fields they want to have,
Uh-huh.
they just need start date when and like cost center data and cost center name and finance code, something this kind of stuff. I'm just giving you an instance, this
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
I got
workbook.
you. I
Do you
got
have
you.
do they have any kind of workbooks that they maintain, or how those data is being maintained?
So, like in initial only, they have a discussion with the project managers, like what kind of modules, like everything they will not include, though they might be moving from their old HR systems, okay. But at the same time, they may not be using the Workday for moving everything. They might be using it only for hiring the employees, or they might be using it only for recruiting the candidates, or they might be using it only for the business processes which they want to establish, so that if they have a, like every company will not have the same set of policies when it comes to hiring a candidate. It
Mm.
differs from company to company. Some have a flat hierarchy and some have a a broader hierarchy wherein you need multiple approvals from multiple people. This can be seen in a service based companies mostly. And when it comes to the product based companies like LinkedIn or Microsoft, you can say they have a flat hierarchy. Okay. So you would need only one or two steps for getting the approval from them. Even for the offer letter, you can say, like if you have a HR approval, and then you have approval from the finance team. It would do to roll out the offer letter. But in service-based company, that might not be the case. They may need a hiring manager approval, then they may need a HR manager approval, then may need a compensation administrator approval, and then they may need a finance team approval for allocating that budget to the candidate. Okay, it differs from company to company. Amazon and Microsoft may not have a same set of policies, right? So again, when it comes to implementation also, they may follow different set. Workbook is there, I heard about a playbook, okay, but I'm
Mhm.
not sure about this. I can get back to you, okay. I
Okay.
can ask the team and then get back to you on this, okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll check with my team and get back to you on
I mean,
this.
did I make sense when I was asking this
Yes,
question, or like is
obviously.
it confusing?
No, not at all. I am able to properly resonate it. So I will get back to you on this. Okay.
Okay.
I'll check with them and then like in my company, do they maintain or they just maintain the project manager documentation or how they follow? I'm not sure about it. I never researched, but yes, I will get back to you with the. Okay.
Okay.
So
Thank
if
you.
any questions like these, if you have, you can post it in group too, okay? So that it would be helpful for us to refer. Like I may skip up, it may skip my mind too. So with looking at the message, I will have, I'll remember it, okay?
Okay.
So
Sure. I'll
whatever
do that.
questions you have, you just post it in the group too. I'll get back to you on those. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay. Thank you.
it logged me out actually, okay, because I was on the screen for a very long time and I was not doing anything. So it just, oh, someone has logged in. Okay, let's see if it still logs me out. Then we'll log in from the different tenant. Okay, so that is the purpose. That's all about the navigation. Okay, now coming to the organizations. So what is your understanding about the organizations? Any of you?
I think it's an org hierarchy, like employee hiring. I mean, like reporting manager and their report manager, like org structure kind of thing.
Okay. To an extent, but that is a part of a supervisory organization which you are trying to tell me. I'm just asking a general organization. What is your basic understanding on that? So it's particularly used to group workers or resources. Yes, in a company. Okay. So Workday supports several organization types. Okay. So we have around like 9 to 10 organization types in Worker, and the foundational one is a supervisory organization. So what is the meaning of a supervisory organization? A group of workers or employees who are mapped under one particular manager. You have a reporting structure over there, like a manager, and under the manager a set of employees. That is nothing but a supervisory organization. So again, like these supervisory organizations would only work if you have a reorganization created in the system. So what is the meaning of this reorganization? Reorganization is nothing but it's like a set of it. You can think it in a type, it kind of a folder. You have a folder on your laptop.
Yeah.
So what is the purpose of it? You're saving all your data in that particular folder, and when you need it, you are extracting the information from there.
Yeah. Exactly.
So exactly that is the purpose of reorganization over here. You say you store all the data you need related to your supervisory organization in your reorganizations. So when you build that supervisory organization, it will to ask you to give the reorganization name. So what is that reorganization? Okay, that reorganization is like a piece of information which is holding all the information inside it. When you map the supervisory organization, you are tagging the reorganization too. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we will be learning like how many type of organizations are there, what is the purpose of each one of them, and what is the reorganization. We will understand, and then we will also learn how do we create them. So I will take you all one by one. Let me open the Word doc so that I can show you my notes, and then we can. One second.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, so the task over here, which I'm doing is I'm creating a supervisory organization. Like I discussed, to create any supervisory organization, we need to give the reorganization first. Okay. So, uh, like we created the reorganization in the last class with the name of PTH. Okay. So you will use that particular reorganization and you will click on OK. Then you will, then it will open a window. I will just show you. Okay, so this is how our supervisory organization will look like. Got it? So I have taken the reorganization, and it will ask you to give the availability date and then the name of that particular supervisory organization. You need to take, and then you need to include organization ID. So every organization should be like it should have some organization ID. For example, if I have my company, I have around like it should be like something like 099, or based on my company code which it uses. Based on that, I need to give my organization ID, and then when I create a subtype, I need to mark it as the activity which I am performing. So last class we discussed, when we create company, we need to give a subtype as sub company, and when we create the supervisory, we need to give subtype as supervisory, right? So visibility, like we discussed in the last class, we will be marking it as everyone. And then location, which we have created as a primary to map all of these things together. Okay. So after this, it gets created in the system. It will show me the supervisory organization. So under this supervisory organization, I will be creating subordinates. Okay. You're able to follow, guys. So this is a staffing model. We will discuss about it also in detail. Okay. So one of this needs to be marked when you are creating a staffing model. What is the purpose of having a staffing model is you need it for the you need it for hiring the people in that particular model. Like whether you want to hire in bulk or you want to hire one person against one position is the meaning of this particular staffing model. Next to it is a assigned role. So what is the purpose of it? For assigning the roles, like you want to assign the role of a manager to this particular organization, you will go there and you will like you will add that manager name in this particular supervisory organization. Okay. So to edit this particular supervisory organization, if you see, you have multiple option over here. Once it is created, you have option like you want to change the primary location of this supervisory organization, or you want to edit the supervisory organization name or code, or you want to edit this particular supervisory organization only. Okay. So that is the purpose of having a going to the personal related actions and editing this particular field over here. Okay. Got it, guys? Any questions so far? So if you see the note, if you notice the organization assignments here, organization assignments are the one which we created, company, cost center, region. Do you guys remember? We
Oh, yes,
created
yes,
last
yes.
time, right? We created the organization types, company, cost center, and region.
Region.
These are the major ones I told you, right? These are the major one which needs to be mapped to a supervisory organization. Okay. So in that also, organization also, in organization types also, we have around like two types. One is a allowed and the other one is a default. So when I say default, default is the one which will automatically be inherited to that particular organization once you give the company. So when you create a company, like I created a company, Adobe HR. Okay. Adobe HR. So automatically under default, it will show Adobe HR. Along with the Adobe HR as a default, I created multiple hierarchies too. So that list would be showing to me over here in the allowed organization. So what is the purpose of it? Means client can tell you like which one he want to see, whether he want to see a allowed organization which you have created allow, or he want to see a default. Default will automatically be mapped under the supervisory organization. Apart from default, if he want to see, he will inform us like, hey, go ahead. I want to map this 011 Adobe HR private limited supervisor company to this particular supervisory organization. So they will provide us the instructions in this way so that we can map it according to it. Okay. So that is the purpose of having the organization assignments here. So over here, can you notice assign roles, organization assignments, identifiers are not related to us. So we do not just refer to it. So these are the two things which we need to know about. One is assign roles. Assign roles you would be doing when you want to assign a manager to this particular supervisory organization, and then organization assignments when you want to assign default or all allowed organization types to this particular supervisory organization. So when we create the subordinates, we will not get these options under creating the subordinates. Why? Because we are creating a child organization under a parent. So what will happen? It will inherit all these it will inherit all these assignments under the parent. Okay, whatever the parent has been mapped as a role, whatever the manager of the parent is, it will show that only. And then in organization assignments also, okay, whatever the allowed organization or default organizations are marked, for subordinates also it will be showing that only. Okay, so now I will show you how a subordinate is created. Okay, so now over here it's creating the I'm creating a subordinate. Okay. So where will I create that subordinate? I'll go under reorganization. I'll click on create subordinate. Okay. And then click OK. So this is how it will come. It will again open a page like supervisory organization. But if you notice, we do not have any organization assignments or any staffing model assigned under it because we are inheriting the parents we are inheriting the parents child models to this particular subordinate also. So like this, I have created multiple in the system. So, okay. So if you notice here, we do not, do you see the option under this as a staffing model or assigned roles or organization assignments? Do you see this? No. No, Deepti. No. No, because it's inheriting the properties of the parent one. Okay, so that is why it is not showing. It will directly create as an organization under the parent one. Okay. You guys are able to follow it, right? Guys, answer
Yeah,
To
yes,
yeah.
to an
no.
extent,
Yeah.
Deepti, maybe like when we do it in
Yeah, yeah.
like
When
on
I
live
create,
session,
it
yeah.
would be easy for you. So I'm just showing you for your understanding purpose. Tomorrow, when I create and show you, would be like a better understanding for you guys. So today, like in theory, we do not have much when it comes to the supervisory organization, and without even completing that, I cannot go ahead with the next topic. So that is the reason I have to show you the process. At least you will have an understanding. When I create it tomorrow or tonight, you will understand like how I have mapped it and what kind of things I have used it. Okay,
Mhm.
so we will most likely we will change our timings because it doesn't work it this way. Okay, it's like so
And they for this
yeah.
one subordinate, like which one do you create multiple? Like for instance, for the supervisory one, like do we have just one supervisory for whole organization, or just like
No, you
subordinates
have
multiple?
multiple. Like, for
Mm-hmm.
example, I'm working in a finance department. Hari is
Mm-hmm.
working in a IT department, and you're working in a payroll department. So we all three have different supervisory organizations. So under our supervisory organizations, we have again subordinates. Okay, so, the number of departments company have, the number of supervisory
Division.
organizations it has. For example, there are under Amazon there are around like 1,000 departments, so they will have around like 1,000 supervisory organizations. So that doesn't mean that we will be creating those 1,000 supervisory organizations. That would be a part of implementation itself. Okay, when we are giving the business gathering to our implementation partner, we will inform them that we have around like 1,000 departments under our company, create those, and we will be telling them that we need to hire in a position management or a job management. We will inform them each and everything, our hiring model and our business process flow also. For example, in my organization, I hire people in two steps. Okay, maybe in your organization they may hire in a five steps, like first HR round, then a screening round, then a hiring manager round, then a compensation round, then one more culture fit round, all those. So, but in my company, it's just I screen the candidate, I go for a hiring manager interview, and then I get an offer letter. Okay, it depends on company to company. So, all these requirements would be given at the time of implementation to the implementation partner. Okay, so when he is deploying or configuring this particular application based on our needs, he would keep all these things in mind. Okay, so these this uh, model or this kind of data needs to be included. All these things would be given by client. They both discuss. So we have a okay. Okay, so that is how it is actually done. Got it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so now under this my parent organization, I created multiple subordinates. Let me show you. So all these are subordinates only here. See, okay. So can you see under this parent Adobe HR, I created multiple subordinates. Okay, one, two, three, four. I created. Okay. So those fours are taking the properties of this Adobe HR1 only. Parent properties only they are taking. Whatever staffing model parent has, it has the same. Whatever position, whatever the organization assignments Adobe HR has, all the subordinates have the same thing. Okay, whatever the security groups this Adobe HR has been mapped to, all the subordinates have also been mapped to the same way. Okay, so that is how the role inheritance works in this particular concept. So this is majorly about the parent and child format. Okay, for that purpose only we create. Generally, like in IT companies, it's very common. Like acquisition and merger are quite common. Okay, like under your company, you will have small organization which have been absorbed by the parent one. So all those would also become a part of Adobe only, and then lot of restructuring would be happening. They will come under one department. All the employees will get moved to the different departments based on the business need, right? So for that purpose, we usually create to understand that particular thing. Okay. And then let me. So this is a task which I'm performing here. Like for example, I want to inactivate. For example, my customer has reached out to me, my stakeholder, sorry, has reached out to me saying that I no longer want to use this particular supervisory organization. Can you please go ahead and inactivate it? Since we cannot delete anything on cloud, what we can do, all the tasks which we no longer need can be marked as inactive. So how do we do that? We need to uh, okay, we need to click on the related actions. Okay. Once you go to related actions, over there you have an option of reorganization. Under reorganization, you have four tasks. One is a assign roles. Okay. So under reorganization, we have four tasks. One is a okay. So I just observe the process. I will create it once we have a tenant up. Go to reorganization. Okay. So can you guys see here? There are four options here. Assign superior, create subordinate, divide organization, inactivate organization. So assign superior is when you want to map this supervisory organization to some other supervisory organization and you want to mark the parent organization as the superior. Like you want Adobe BGV to be a child organization and you want Adobe HR to be a superior organization of this one. So uh, but but here, what you want to do is you want to mark BGV only as a superior organization, and under that you want to create some subordinates. Okay, as per the request. So in that case, you would be marking this particular organization as assigned superior, and this will become your parent organization. Okay. So now create subordinate is a task which we did for creating the child organization under the parent. Divide organization. So what is the purpose of divide organization? For example, you have a supervisory organization and that and like you want to divide one particular supervisory organization into two departments. Okay, in that case, you would be using that option of divide organization. Now, inactivate organization. So, what is the purpose of inactivating? That you don't want to use that particular organization now. So, what you need to check before even inactivating the organization is you need to check if there are any employees in this. Okay, if there are any workers assigned to that supervisory organization, if there are any positions, open positions in that supervisory organization, or any business processes which are stuck in that supervisory organization. So you need to check on these three things. Once you check and see that there are no workers, if there are workers, you will move them to a different organization. If there are open positions, you will either close them or you will either move it under the different supervisory organization. If you have a business process stuck, so you will either try to confirm it or either you will cancel it. Okay. So before even performing the inactivate, you need to keep these things in mind and then do it. And then you need to inactivate it. So again, it will go for approval. Okay. Or you have to take a approval from your team lead saying that you are inactivating this particular organization. Okay, that is the purpose of it. Now there is a task, move workers. What I mean by here move workers is, for example, I got promoted and I'm moving to a different team now. So I am already mapped to Adobe HR. I will be moving to the I'm moving to the Nestle supervisory organization in my company. Okay. So what I will be done, like what will happen is I will be moved out from my current supervisory organization to my proposed supervisory organization, which is none but Nestle. Okay, all my organization assignments would be copied and would be copied to the new one. Okay, so the it will move to the proposed supervisory organization. Got it? That is the purpose. So we have a task we have a task of move workers, which we will be doing in transactions chapter. Over there, I will show you like how can you move the members from one organization to another along with their organization assignments. Okay. So far clear, guys?
One thing, Deepti, I have a quick
Yeah.
question.
Tell me.
Related to inactive organization something.
Okay.
Uh, when we do inactive, like you mentioned, like it would go to your supervisor or something to get it approved.
Okay, okay. No, no, it will not. It may go like in the recent tenant, like all the activities are usually going for a approval to Logan McNeil. Could be a system glitch, which could get fixed in few days. It's after the
Mhm.
release, the system is showing here and there kind of issues. So I'm
Mhm.
assuming earlier and all, it never used to go for approvals for these kind of tasks. Okay. So what
Mhm.
I'm doing is I'm doing those tasks with the prior date, like I'm doing it from the past date so that it doesn't go
Mhm.
for any approvals or it doesn't get stuck with any business process in the system. Okay, this is not the
Mhm.
practice to be followed, but to avoid that, I am using that particular practice here. But I'm saying that to inactivate that, you would have to take the permission of your team lead from whom you can confirm that you are going to inactivate this particular supervisory organization after looking at the three things which I have mentioned.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I just missed something. Yeah, that's fine like that.
Okay. So you should like any item you create in Workday can be inactivated. For example, you created a supervisory organization by mistake. You can go ahead and inactivate it. Okay. And then at the same time, you can revoke the access of it also. We have the same option of activating it back. Okay. So that is there. I think I would have showed here. So again, I'm trying to I have made it inactive. I'm trying to activate it with the same process. Okay, you can activate it too.
Okay. And one more thing, Deepti, related to workflows.
Yeah.
Do we generally create workflow by ourselves, or like if we want to add or something like or those being directly delivered by Workday?
These are directly delivered by Workday. We do not make any configurations to the workflow. All that we will do is configurations on the task part, or you can say on a functional area part, which are none but like organizations, compensation, or reporting. On the Workday delivered components, you will not do any kind of configurations. But when it comes to the configuration of a functional area, you would be
Mhm.
doing the configurations.
Okay, so workflows can be configured by ourselves then. Like,
Yeah.
for instance, they might be delivering just like, employee to manager workflow, but they might not be delivering something like complicated workflows where employee, manager, and payroll team getting notified. So those kind of
So
thing can be
you
built.
mean to say in approvals?
Yeah, approvals
Yeah,
and
yeah, those can be configured, but usually, like business process is also created. So you need to follow that only. You use the default positions. Okay, you never create it from the scratch. So all that what is already configured on an organization level is you will be using. Like I mentioned, all the things would be configured during the implementation phase only. So what your part would be, like you would be working as a functional support function role where you would be only making the configurations to the things which have missed during the implementation part or when or some error is getting triggered because of that. For example, a higher business process is having around like 6 steps by default. So your in your organization, your manager says that can you amend it? Can you just try to configure it to the 2 or 3 steps? Then you can do. You will take the you will edit the steps, okay, of the default one. You will keep it only limited to your supervisory organization. Okay, you will not edit the default definition. You would copy the definition and you will edit it only to your supervisory organization and you will process that workflow. Okay.
Okay. Would it be okay if I share the JD that I have been looking out so far? I know this is too early for me to look into the JDs at the moment, but I have been looking into JD how they looks like when we actually try and apply, so that you'll know what I'm actually targeting for or something. Would it be okay
Yeah,
if
yeah,
I do
share
that?
me personally over my WhatsApp.
Yeah,
I'll go through.
I'll do
Okay.
that. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So what is the next task? So this we discussed, like how we can inactivate and how we can activate it back. Now, next is a divide organization. For example, I am dividing this particular organization. So what will it do? It will create one more supervisory organization under it. Okay, under this parent one, there will be one more supervisory organization created. Okay. It's stuck or what? Okay. So I'm creating one more new organization under the divide organization task. So when I create it, it will also it will start showing under our all the subordinates. Okay, that is the purpose of having a divide organization here. So I know it is little challenging for you guys without the tenant to practice. So let me go ahead and check if it is working after 6:30 p.m. in the evening, and then we can schedule our classes around that particular time only. Okay, from the next weekend because it will be a little challenging for us to do without the tenant. So it went for a approval now. So I'm going to approve it. Once I approve it, it will get created in the system. So all the tasks mostly will be going for approvals. Okay. So these approvals only we try to configure so that it doesn't go to our managers approval and let it be with ourselves only so that we can fix it. Okay. So that it doesn't go to the approval to the multiple people and keep getting stuck. Uh, for those cases and all only, we edit the default definition saying that it should only get created with the initiation. That's all. So it got created under as a supervisory under our parent. Can you guys see here? This is the one which I created automatic, payroll automatic. Got it? So this is the one for which I performed the divide organization task and it also it got created under this as a subordinate. Got it? So far, any questions, any confusion, guys?